Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Trade Ideas live trading room for Wednesday, September the 9th. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your trading room. Now, okay, what's going on here? Because I've changed, this is a 4K monitor now, so I'm trying to figure out then why you guys can't see the bottom of the screen. Anything I can do. I am displaying the same way. TI scanner is not down today, no. Somebody popped in and said my screen looked good. I'm not sure what to do, guys. I'm not sure what to do exactly. Well, Rick, no, the scanner is, there's nothing wrong with the scanner today for sure. I've, well, let me try to figure so I don't know really what to do on this. Yeah, I don't really know what to do, guys, but I'm going to have to continue on today. Some of you are saying it's great. Some of you are saying it's a little bit different. If you can't see the bottom, it's not the end of the world. I mean, these are where all the alerts are. These are, you'll see the top. You may not see the bottom of these monitors, but it's funny because in the old days when I had Amnovia, I was only sharing a portion of my screen anyway. With this trading, with this platform, I have to share my entire monitor. So what if you guys, yeah, what if you guys zoom out? What happens? All right, well, you guys who have 4K monitors, maybe you can help me later on. Let's get rolling here, though. Let's talk about some of the things that are happening, okay? Okay, ITCI. ITCI is a big gap up on positive data. So, okay, I'm just going to, one more resolution issue from my monitor. Thing is, if I don't have this resolution, okay, let me see if I can figure something out. No. This is a 4K monitor now, guys. This is a 4K monitor. That's the only well, it's a big difference, I guess. Let me do one thing here, see if this does anything. I may have to get one of our tech guys to help me because, yeah, Julio, if you can, okay, just a second. But if I change the resolution to 1024, then that sort of defeats the purpose of having a 4K monitor, no? For me. Maybe for you guys it's good, but I mean, I have to. Okay, well, guys, can we maybe... Last thing I wanted to have to worry about this morning, but okay, I'm gonna put myself on mute, guys. Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm loving FMCI, guys. Keep an eye on FMCI for sure. Okay, just a minute. I'm gonna put myself on mute. William, it's okay. It's my issue here. I've put myself on mute to start. I'm gonna try to get your monitor is working a little bit better on your end. It's fine on my end, of course. I can see very clearly. But I'm going to put myself on mute. Okay, yeah, I'm trying to fix this guy. So are you saying that you can now see everything? I mean, it's very small. Hmm. Well, this is not good. I don't like this at all because I'm not taking advantage on my end of the screen size. But I guess it doesn't make sense to me. So what you're saying is that you can't see the bottom here. So I mean, how easy is it for you guys to see this now in terms of the font? It's very small for me. Okay, so if you guys zoom out, well, this is the last thing I thought was going to happen. So sorry about that, guys. Yeah, but there has to be a way that I can have I mean, I have to get somebody maybe in our tech guys to take a look because there has to be a way that I can have my whole screen displayed. Yeah, it's always something. No kidding. Yeah, that's still not good, Julio. You know what, guys? I know this is not going to be ideal, but I'm going to have to go back and I'm going to have to figure it out. Maybe it's true. Maybe I'm going to have to ask the developer. Okay, let's muddle through this. I can't work like this, you know, with the screen size like this. I have to have the whole. So I'm going to have to go back to what the recommended is, which is 150%. So give me a moment, please. So you guys are on your own right now, pre-market. Okay. No, it's still a 32. It's a 4K 32-inch monitor. It's the same size. Well, I tried 125, and you guys said that wasn't any good either. Yeah, I'm going to have to go back to this, guys. I'm sorry, maybe just for today. Well, I'm changing all three of them. So that's the thing. It's all three of them are going to be changed. No, I'm actually, I don't want to dominate right now, guys, on all this, okay? But I mean, just to clarify, I am always, I wonder if I do it from within the room. Just give me 1 second, okay? Let's see if this, I'm going to try something here. It still may not do it, but all right. Now what happens here? Aha. So now we might have the issue though with some people not being able to see my screen because of the hardware accelerator, etc., etc. But I'll deal with that. Back to normal? Okay. Okay. Well, that's good. So at least I know what to do. All right, guy. No. Oh, no spy. That's because I made that a little too big. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, listen. Okay, I know what it is now. It's something within the OBS that I'm using, and I'm going to have to talk to probably Michael. Okay, I have 6 minutes. I have 6 minutes to go over all the things. So, guys, I don't know if GK is in the room, but man, oh man, congratulations on the graph. Look at graph. FMCI, guys, this is now, it looks like this is now an all-time high. FMCI looks like an all-time high. Right there. So this definitely has me interested too. I mean, look at the graph. Look what it did, what it's done over the last couple of days. Yeah, talk fast. Okay, ITC, work, guys, work. Slack is just look at this. I've been saying this forever. Slack is just completely a laggard with all the things that have been going on with all like the Zooms, etc. Right down through the 200-day moving average. Terrible. I mean, it's an earnings play today. Okay, I may have a fix on the way, guys. I may have a fix. You know, real take over, okay? Just take over for the first 5 minutes or so. Another one, guys, NLS. As I was just at the very end of looking at these pre-market movers, look at NLS, Nautilus Group. Okay, Michael, I can hear you. All right, guys, I'm going to try to fix this from within the normal way that I've been displaying. So I'm going to try to fix it. So I'm going to put myself on mute. I don't trade in the first 15 anyway. Again, guys, if you want to follow my watch list up and down, click on New, and then the channel bar, and then my watch list, okay? And then you'll get these three windows. Nothing will happen in here until at least the first 5 minutes or 15 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to put myself on mute. All right, guys, we're going to try to get a fix here, so I'm going to be on mute for a bit, okay? Definitely watching FMCI. See if we can take out that high again, all-time high. I see what you're doing, Michael. Is that it? Are we done? Okay, thank you so much, Michael. Okay. Okay, guys, so I'm going to try, so I'm going to stop the screen sharing and I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. And then I'm going to do it again the way I normally do it. And let me know what happens. Look at FMCI, guys. Oh, it's blurry, but it should get better. It's like YouTube, you know, when you first log on, and then it should clear up. Okay, guys, are we good to go? Excellent. Michael, thank you so much. Lifesaver. Talking to Michael, he helped me there. Look at FMCI, guys. Okay, so we are good to go. Everybody can see my screen, kind of back to normal. I'm happy. I can see my whole screen. Okay, just a minute, please. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm back. I think we're okay now. Okay. WTRE, the other one that I wanted to talk about just a little bit. This is looks like they have an offer of about $26. Let's just see where it is right now. Okay, guys, just give me one more minute while I do a couple of things on my other two monitors. Look at Nordstrom's, JWN. Look at Nordstrom's on the way down here, JWN. Okay, we really didn't have a chance to really talk about the market. So of course the market now is had a nice lift so far this morning. Space on the move here, SPCE, big area for to try to get through. So Eno's doing its thing again. I mean, it did it yesterday, INO. It got as high as 1033, closed down here at 964. It is trying again. However, look at the 200-day moving average, 1063. Yeah, but you want to short it real. GK, are you in the room today? Or the formerly named GKK? Congratulations, man. I know that you're in, I'm sure you're still in this graph. Congratulations. A lot of patience. At least I'm assuming you're still in the graph. See, all we had to do was listen to you and just buy as much as we could and just sit on it for a couple of months. How easy is that? Yeah, I mean, listen, nothing ever is a slam, slam, slam dunk. We all know that. But, you know, to take a piece. Okay, I'm looking at airlines. Airlines, my guess is that they're all moving down. Yeah, airlines are all moving down. I'm looking at Save, AAL. MYT guys, look at Urban T. MYT, look at the room it's got. And low float, 6 million and 6.7 million in the float. 4.7 have traded already, so this will easily trade the float today. MYT. See if it has any specific news. Entering into, let's see, letter of intent to acquire 80% equity interest in something. Can't pronounce it. Guo Kuai. I'm sure I butchered that. Okay, guys, a couple of earnings plays here. HDS, big area for to try to get through. 41. Work, of course, is still slacking here. Actually, a little bounce for work now. Somebody played the bounce, I think. A lot of volume coming into work also. Look at the volume right there, 11 million shares. You saw what I did there? Thank you. Thank you very much. That one was not shortable for me. I actually looked at that one, the MYT. Not shortable for me at Interactive Brokers. Meanwhile, I completely missed, now I don't know what the spread is like. It's not terrible. I completely missed the one AI that I would have loved to have taken. In my opinion, guys, it could be a very quick trade. How much volume? Not very much volume. So if you took that one, you know the one I'm talking about. It starts with, well, there's only one that starts with the letter I. So real, I think I know what you're talking about now. So you've got the, and it, honestly, I know we can get hung up on whether we're talking linear regression or SDC, etc. But I see what you're talking about on a daily chart. So like the trill way outside on the daily chart. I think that's what you're talking about yesterday, right? You have to have the premium service, John. If you're a premium subscriber, then you should have the AI loaded. Okay, so are you using, well, from the toolbar, if you click on new and then AI/Holly strategy trades window. Okay. This is your window, okay? And there's only one that starts with the letter I. There's only 2 alerts this morning. Oh, absolutely real. But I see what you're talking about though. I mean, it when it's way outside on the daily chart. I mean, the likelihood that it's just confirmation, I suppose, some sort of confirmation. Mm-hmm. Sorry, what do you mean? How do you set the alert? What alert are you talking about? You mean a sound alert? Oh, okay. Do you know how to set a sound alert for an alert window? Okay, it's exactly the same. Just right click, and just actions, and just do the same thing. Okay? Do exactly the same thing as you do with it with an alert window. All right, let's see. What do we got here? Ticonderoga. No, it's not Ticonderoga, but TCON. Well, keep an eye on this one. I mean, obviously it has room. TCON. It's an alerted here, 395. Obviously, taking out 4 would be critical. Back this out on the monthly chart, and what do we see here? Next high looking left on the monthly chart is 444, and then 465. So this has room. If it gets through 4, this could have another little run in it. Yeah, this is one of our flyers from yesterday, CODX, giving it up now. CODX. All right, guys, I'm just looking at this Codex, CODX. Can it hold 10? It looks like it's trying to bounce off 10. Of course, had a huge day yesterday. Yeah, too bad this MYT. It's looking excellent as a potential short. This MY, well, already. I mean, it got up to what, 235? I think we have a halt. On the way down, VVPR, halt. Maybe keep an eye on tech, guys. Potential short coming up here, maybe. I mean, look at probably some real resistance around 12. All right, put an alert here, just over 4 again for TCON. Boy, what an area for this PVG. 1386 up here on that monthly chart. It's at 1323 right here. On the weekly chart, taking this out. And what's the float like? Actually, it's a fairly big, well, it's a big float, 181 million in the float. So you're going counter, William. You want to go long this one. Boy, it's got some support way down here maybe, but keep an eye on tech, guys. TECK. Keep an eye on it. Looks like it's struggling right here. You know, I think, I mean, look at the resistance there is. And what's the market doing? So the market is kind of flattening out a little bit here. Market's flattening out, 15 in the 5, so no direction yet. I mean, it's obviously popped in the pre-market and it's held. Yes, it is. Well, for me, the longer it just keeps stalling here. You know, I mean, maybe a break into the 70s. This might be a quick scalp, though. I mean, there's probably some support around 1162. I'm just looking here. It just looks like it could stall. Where are you getting shorts for MYT rail? From Oh, really? Okay, I didn't see that. Yeah, no, there's none now. Yeah. Okay, so a little recap. My watch list. So the FMCI 2468, it hit 34. This one has not moved. I still have got an alert set for just over 4 for TCON. This one 1628. This is the one that's being added to one of the S&Ps. No question, that work had a nice bounce. Lots of volume coming in. It's a big float. Yeah, well, tech is, I may just forget about it. I'll put an alert for around 1176, see if it takes this out. See if it can take that out. It looks still reasonably strong. Doesn't look like it wants to drop yet. Okay, one moment, please. This was back in play for a bit anyway. Fluidigm, FLDM. Look at the room it's got. There's a good resistance, probably around 740, about $1 away. Next high looking left is about 40 cents away. So guys, if you're in this IMUX from the AI, I don't mind talking about it right now. Just be aware. I mean, the AI is not out of it, but just be aware of this area right there. I mean, you've got some potential resistance through that whole number, 16, and in this area here. So if you were able to get it, just be aware, just looking at the chart. Look at the weekly chart. You can see the high last week was 1625. Doesn't mean it's going to stall it, but Coop could be interesting. The high yesterday, it's getting closer. It's about 30 cents away from the high of yesterday. Coop. Well, this is not halted now. It is trading now, VVPR. Just no volume. MIRM, it's on my watch list, but because of what happened yesterday, but there's just no volume. I was looking at maybe a continuation short down, but there's just no volume for MIRM. Okay, so Goran, are you talking about this with the lists below? These are just filters. Oh, this one over here. Okay, to the left. Okay, so this is the similar tab. So if you click on similar, what I did was I clicked on similar and then I duplicated the window, duplicated it, and then I put it over here. So all you have to do is just click on the similar tab and then duplicate the window, and then you can move the window over here. And as it sounds, these are stocks in the same sector. Actually, and Geronimo, I don't know if you're new to Trade Ideas, but I should give you this link, and I should put this in. Anybody who's new to Trade Ideas, I mean, if you don't have Trade Ideas, this is a great little link, 20 short lessons. Shows you what you can do in Trade Ideas, some of the basic features. Okay, if you haven't taken a look at that, it's probably well worth it. I mean, it's all, different sections. They're very, very short. They're not videos. It's all text-based, but it's very, very short. Okay, guys, so as I was saying with the IMUX, I mean, if you took that IMUX, I mean, you had to be aware of that 16, right? You just had to. You had to look left. You had to see all this resistance. I mean, listen, at some point during the day, it might pop right through, but I know the AI has not taken anything out yet. Um, let's just see. It actually is in the room drive. It's in the links. It's in the links. Okay, it's in the links. Okay, so cool cat. So if you click on up here in the room drive and you click on links, one of the links is that 20 lessons in 20 days. Yes, I mean there absolutely the novice video 101 is very helpful also. I mean there's a lot of good videos, good training. I just thought that the 20 lessons in 20 days, of course you can do it at your own speed, but just covers all of the basic features right at a glance. The color interpretation of an alert. Are you talking about why this is green and why this is yellow? As an example, is that what you mean? Okay, that's just, what I do. If I click on right click properties and select colors, so if it's bullish, in other words, if it's up, because what's happening here is, excuse me, if it's green, it means it's made a new high. So I've just selected green. This is a palette. I could select anything I want here. And if it's down, if it's making a new low, I've selected yellow. It's really that simple. You could select anything from the palette. Okay, so again, just right click on an alert window and properties, and then select colors, and then you choose how you want to do it. Well, I'll give a shameless plug to my homepage, okay, too. On my homepage, yeah, the SMS, I mean, I don't know, did you talk to anybody, Shemnat? Because it doesn't really work very well, to be honest. I mean, I'm not gonna try to snow you on this one. I mean, we really, it's too delayed. I'm surprised. Did you talk to anybody on SMS? Because if you did, they would have probably told you that it's really, I'll be honest, it's not worth it. It needs work. So on my homepage, just to show you, on my homepage, I don't know if this has been changed yet. Yeah, this has to be changed. So that's Labor Day 2020. I'm just waiting for somebody to change this. The 20% is no longer. It's back to 15% with the promo code. But you have a lot of information right here, including all those. Here's the 20 lessons in 20 days. The daily webinars, educational videos. Watch the videos. Okay, so a lot of good stuff on my homepage. Easy way. Well, I'll give you the script that they would give you. Somebody's asking about connecting Thinkorswim. Let me just give you the script. Now, hopefully, this is the problem about YouTube trying to post things in. Let me see if this works for you, okay? So I'm just going to put the script right here. Okay, I just put it underneath. Hopefully that makes sense. I will, Fred. You have a compliment. Somebody took MICT and held it overnight. What happened to it? It dropped. You're talking about the VVPR. It dropped, and now it's trying to pop up a little bit again. Just a scalp for me, guys, on this one. My homepage link is right here. Okay, can't see the script. If you came in, I'm going to give you a link to come into the other room, okay? It's a problem with YouTube. It's hard for me to post stuff. In fact, I'm not even sure I can post it here now. Ah. No, I'm talking about my homepage. Ah. Well, let's put 26. Why not? I don't know why, but I'm just in love with this stock. Give me a moment here. I'm trying to fix something in the YouTube feed here. Okay, Geronimo, here. There's a link for the, I just can't post stuff like that in the YouTube feed, okay? So if you come into the trading room, this is what I'm talking about, the trading room. A lot more action in here, more traders, etc. And then I can give you that link or the script. Give me a moment here. I'm just trying to, I know I have an alert coming somewhere. Ah, there it is. You know, you mentioned SE earlier, Real. Yeah, it just kind of based, a little pop here still. Keep an eye on RCM, guys. I mean, it's an all-time high, I believe. It's an all-time high, RCM, added to one of those S&Ps. And let's see, I mean, what did it hit in the pre-market? It hit 1650. I'm going to stick an alert around 1634 and see if it just wants to continue. Yeah, this might give me a little more than I was thinking, but we'll see. Small cap 600, thank you. There's so many of them, but that's really helped that one. Tesla had a big bounce today. Oops. At least it did. Yeah, $20, okay. Though it has dropped 15 from the highs, so it was up 35 at one point. So now we have a resume. Oh, this is a little one. KXIN was halted, just resumed. All right, could be interesting. A lot of resistance around 278 though for this ASTC. It is through the 200-day moving average, which is 236, so it just popped through the 200-day moving average. Super low float. It's already traded the float almost twice. Yeah, no shorts for me either. To me, it looks like XONE X1 is butting its head against the top of a couple of channels in different time frames. Look at Codex. So you're out of that one, obviously, William. This is just this is sinking now. Oops, haven't seen that one for a while. Oops. One of those business associations. Yeah, well, 72.96. What's the volume like? Not tremendous volume. You know, low float. These SPACs are heating up. I mean, just absolutely heating up, of course. Thoughts on space? Yeah, you know, I look at this daily chart. I just find it very difficult to get a gauge on it. You know, I mean, it's just up and down, chopping up and down. Yesterday it got through the 200-day moving average. It's holding above it. You know, for me, I mean, for it to really, really get rocking, it's got to take out this 1960 or so. You know, otherwise, I think it's just going to chop up and down. Unless you get some spectacular news for it. Lub, is it doing anything? I did see it in the pre-market, but on the downside a little bit. Yeah, I mean, had an astonishing day yesterday, yes. They were going through basically dissolving the company. Look at UCTT, guys. UCTT coming into that hole number 19. Boy, what a bad few weeks for this one, UCTT. So the market is actually a lift mode. RCM guys on the move. RCM guys on the move. Well, you know what? It is. This will trigger in my watch list if it takes out the high of yesterday, which is what, 8.99. So if it gets to 9, you're going to see it here. It has the right volume. It has the right relative volume, meeting the requirements. And it just has to take out yesterday's high. Give me one moment, please. Sabre on the way down, SABR. So my guess is that most of the airlines are down. Hey, look at American Airlines. I'm sure the airlines are down. Let's take a look at the ETF. Yes, look at jets. Everything else is up. Well, not everything. Regional banks. The regional banks are down, and jets is down. Look at jets. Guys, RDHL is, well, I'm going to say it has triggered. RDHL just triggered. And a red bar ignored. Take a look at it on the 5-minute chart right here. Great little pattern sometimes. You have an uptrend. Then you have a red bar totally engulfed by the previous green candle. Next candle is green and continues. So the premise is that you've got an uptrend, a momentary pause in the trend, and then a continuation. So it signifies a potential long entry. Bit of a spread issue with it. 903, actually 905, 908, not horrible. Rocket, it's a little bit strange on my chart. Okay, I thought there was a gap here in the 5 minute, like a little gap, but I guess it's it's not a gap. All right, guys, I'm all out of that tech. Okay scalp, about 12-cent scalp on it, so I'm all out of that one. Okay, now listen, the IMUX, if you were still in it, you know, it struggled to get through 16, but now look, and if it can get through this area here, it's got a lot of room. I mean, 17 there, 1834 there, and again, when I say that, I'm not saying it's going to get there. So if, you know, if I'm trading, if I were you guys trading this from the AI and you're able to get it around that 1537 mark, there's absolutely, I would have been taking some out just underneath 16. And then kind of holding on to see whether or not it could have that push through. And that's what we recommend when you're talking about the AI. It's sort of man and machine, so the machine will alert you. I'm not in it anymore. So, you know, let the AI alert you, of course. You're set up with the entry. You have a stop and just manage the trades. And it is, wow, it's 10:30 already. So, well, welcome to the room. Sorry for the little hiccup at the very, very beginning if you were here from 9 o'clock. Hopefully everybody can see my screen exactly the way it's supposed to be now. This is the format, Monday to Friday, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Time, sharing my screen and live on the mic. If you have trade ideas, a couple of ways. I'm sharing a lot of scans, a couple of ways to get them. If you click on the Scans tab, here are all the scans that I am sharing, or click on the Room Drive icon. It looks like a half-open folder. Click on that. Click on that. There we go. Scans that I share, download. That'll go to a Word document. All the links will be there. If you see something that you like, you just copy the link, and then from the toolbar, File, Load from Cloud. If you've copied the link correctly, it'll show up here, and then just load it. Now, if you load any one of my links, let's just say you load the basic new highs and lows. So if you right-click, Configure, click on the summary, you'll see the filters that I'm using. Now, of course, you can change them. I mean, if you like a different price range, just make the change. Maybe add a filter, just make a change to the volume, whatever you want to do. I mean, this is a template. This is how I like to see the alerts, but you may have a different idea. So if you don't make any changes, or if you do, remember, once you've done all that, save the window to the cloud. Just right click, save, or share to cloud, save. Now it's in your cloud. Very important to save things to the cloud, both your layouts and individual windows. Especially layouts. You can have trade ideas loaded on as many devices as you want. So tablets, desktops, of course laptops. You can only have trade ideas running one device at a time. But let's just say, for argument's sake, you have a laptop. All you have to do then is download the program, and then once you've got the program loaded, then you just file, load from cloud, and load your layout. So you don't have to recreate layouts every time. So that's why it's important to save everything to the cloud, including individual windows. One of the reasons I save all my individual windows is because, yes, I have a layout that I use all the time, but every now and then I will look at a window that I used to have, or used to look at. I'll load it, see how it's working, and I think, hey, you know what? I'm going to start using this one again, and maybe take something out that I've got in my current layout, or add that window to the current layout. So it's always a good idea to save individual windows to the cloud and your layout to the cloud. Now, let me talk a little bit about a subscription. Now, I don't think you can go to my home page. Just waiting for Rudy to make the change. I don't see him. Well, you can go to my home page, but it's not the right promo code. Unfortunately, if you didn't take advantage of the promo of 20% off, it ended last night, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. FMCI, guys, come on, take out that 26. Well, the one thing I was able to say in the pre-market, as I was trying to get you guys to be able to see my entire screen, was to watch the FMCI. So, hopefully a lot of you guys heard me. All right. A subscription to Trade Ideas. So if you click on the pricing link, there is the promo code, okay, Barry for Alpha. 15% off the first month only, or the entire year. So when you click on the link, so this is how much Trade Ideas does cost, $22.68 a year for the premium annual service, minus the 15%, or the standard is $10.68 a year, minus the 15%. The big difference between premium and standard, why you'd be getting premium, is because you want access to the AI. That is the reason why you'd be getting it, okay? You don't have to start off with a annual plan. You can start off with a monthly. You can just try us out. Standard monthly, $118 a month, less the 15%, or the premium, $228 less the 15%. If within 30 days of taking out a subscription, you want to upgrade, say from standard to premium, or from monthly to annual, you can do so, and we'll honor the 15% promo code. If you do click on my homepage link, I have a lot of other links here other than the trading link or the subscription links. Trade of the week, you can click right there. Sent to you before the market opens every Monday morning. I do a daily recap, usually start at around 105 kind of just a recap what's happening in the trading room up to that point. You can sign up for all of the webinars. Now today is Wednesday. This is the webinar that I attend. I help out. Click on that link right there and you'll see the 20 lessons in 20 days, which I'll go over just a bit. And then down here, daily webinars, sign up for them. They're all free, Monday to Thursday at 5 o'clock Eastern Time. And education, another education link right there. Again, the 20 lessons in 20 days. And the daily webinars again, and the educational videos. We have a lot of great educational videos, okay? I want to put this link in on its own, the 20 short lessons. I really think it's a valuable link for those of you who are brand new to trade ideas, or if you don't have trade ideas, it'll give you an idea about some of the basic features that we have. The sound is choppy. Refresh. Hopefully it's only choppy for you. So you click on the 20 short lessons, and this is what I'm talking about. These are just text. You know, what is a top list, building a top list, what's an alert window, creating one, etc., etc. Okay? So I think it's a really good link. What a little gold mine today. Well, you might get your chance, William, to short this. No, they take place in the YouTube feed. Excuse me, the YouTube feed. Okay, I can give you that link. So what happens is, yes, I take a break in this room between 12 and 12:30. And I also take a break because I'm also moderating the YouTube feed. And I take a break there from 12 to 1, and one of the other trainers takes over. Let me just give you that link. The pitter patter of happy feet. So again, that starts at noon, all right? Noon Eastern Time. All right, let me talk a little bit about the AI. Now, interestingly, if you were here yesterday, you know the AI went crazy in terms of the number of alerts. This is a little more like it, only 2. And one really, really good one now. Look at the IMUX, guys. I mean, I can show this to you now. I'm going to go over the AI and what it's all about. So there was the alert, there was the entry, 1537. You don't have to take it right on the entry. And here was the stop, 1512, and then manage the exit. The AI got out at 1588. I mean, you could have taken some, remember I was talking about maybe 16 blocking it. So you could have taken some out, but you know, the AI is out of the entire position. You did not have to be. And you'd be missing this great move up to 1647 now. So let me tell you a little bit about how the AI works. Oh, Paul, okay, that's you? Yes, just give me a second. I'm going to put it in the tech support area, okay? If you can find the tech support tab, I'll put it here, all right, Paul? Give me a moment while I get that script again. Okay, so again, click on the tech support tab and I'll post it right here, okay? And that should do it for you. All right, so this is what the AI is all about. This is not, we have what we call 50 baseline strategies. This is not one of them. But if it were, the AI looks at all of the filters that are in place. The AI strategies have way more filters. Takes a look at the values. Maybe makes an adjustment, runs the backtester, maybe takes a filter out, adds one in, runs the backtester for all 50 of the strategies. Obviously, you and I could never do that. Tough enough to do one, and runs through what we call this optimization procedure. So that's what happened last night once the market closed. And these are the strategies that made the cut. They made the cut because they had the proper win percentage and profit factor combination. So if you have the AI, or you have our premium service, and of course you have the AI, then how I would watch it is by doing this. I would click on, I wouldn't use the channel, okay? I mean, you can, but you're restricted then. You have to kind of stay on it. What I would do is this. From the toolbar, I would click on New, and AI/Holly Strategy Trades window. The Trades window. And this is the window that you'll have. And you can incorporate this as part of your layout. So tomorrow morning, when you load trade ideas, as long as you load before the market opens, this will be blank. There'll be no alerts, of course. AI does not start giving you alerts until at least 9:35. All right? And it's really that simple. Now, how you trade the AI is up to you. Now I want to talk about Brokerage Plus. So I'm going to put this link in the room. Just a second. I'm going to find it. Okay, Brokerage Plus. So to load Brokerage Plus, first of all, if you're using the web-based version of Trade Ideas, it is not available. You have to be using the app, or the downloadable version. You click on New, Brokerage Plus, and this is the window that'll pop up. And of course, you can have the columns that you want, but you can use Brokerage Plus in two ways right now. You might have to do a refresh then, Aaron. Hopefully that's not for everybody. Just do a refresh. You can't, if you can't see in the trading room, beside the gear icon, there's a refresh. Hopefully that helps you. And welcome, Aaron. So when you load the brokerage, whoops, let me get this out of the way here. Second here. There we go. So when you load the Brokerage Plus window, you can use Brokerage Plus in two ways. You can connect to, right now, only Interactive Brokers. If you want to trade your account from within Trade Ideas, you'd need an Interactive Brokers account. And then you can set up things like, the one-click trading, as we call it. A lot of different aspects of how to use Brokerage Plus with Interactive Brokers. And that video, the Brokerage Plus intro video that I popped in the room, covers virtually everything you need to know. Now, the other way in which a lot of you, especially if you're new to trading, you'll hear me say this every single day. If you are new to trading, before you commit money to the market, practice. And once you have Brokerage Plus loaded, you just have to click on Trade Ideas Simulated Trading. And you're going to see how easy it is to paper trade, to simulation trade within our platform. It doesn't matter what brokerage account you have, it's using our real-time data. So all of this is real-time. So let's just say we wanted to take Kura. So you notice when I clicked on the alert, Kura shows up, the symbol shows up. I can pick how many shares I want to trade. I can pick the price I want to get in at. If I, stellar. That's all I can say. What a move for FMCI, guys. If you've been in the room for the last few weeks, you know that I've been really focused on this one. It's been choppy, not an easy day trade. But man, oh man, well, I'm looking at Kura right now. Okay, so as I was saying, if you want to short Kura, then you click on the sell button. If you want to buy it, then you go long, or you want to go long, then you buy it. Let me just move these over a little bit. I don't need to see all that. There we go. Okay, so let's take some Kura, and what's the spread like? It's about a 5-cent spread, I think. Give me a moment here. Something's going on in my bid ask. All right, that's about a 5-cent spread. I'll just go in at the market. Okay, I'll go in at the market. I'll take a couple hundred shares. Buy. So it just took the trade right there, 27.31. Now, what I can do, now that I've taken the trade, should always have a stop, of course, and before you take the trade, I'm going to show you how you can add the stop right into the chart. Let's put the stop just underneath 27. I can add the stop order. Say 26.95. Just one moment, please. So you notice that the stop appears right on the chart now. So if I allow this trade to move down to 26.95, it'll take me out for a $72 loss. I can put a target if I want. Again, right click, can add a target order. I'll say 28 optimistically. And you can see right on the chart, there's the 138. So if I allowed this trade to run automatically and it got up to 28, it would take me out for 138 gain. And if I let it take me out at 26.95, I'll lose $72. This is all on the simulator, okay? You can use this as a trailing stop. So if the trade starts to work, you can start moving this line up right on the chart. If the stock starts approaching this target and you don't want to get out, of course you can move this target up. Or if it stalls as it's approaching, you can move it down to take you out of the trade. Now, you don't have to do it that way. You can do it the manual way. You can just go right in here. If you wanted to get out of your trade, you could just flatten it. You want to go to half. These are hotkeys. You can get out of half your trade, or you could double your trade. Or, of course, you can just pick how many shares you want to get out and pick the price. So this is a manual way of doing it. Okay, so this is all available, the standard service with Trade Ideas. And again, it's all real time. You guys, I'm just rearranging something on my other monitor. Here we go. So you can see right here, I'm allowing this to happen. Okay, it probably is going to, it looks like I'm going to get taken out of this trade. Now, obviously, if I didn't like the way this was trading, I don't have to wait to get stopped out right there. I could get out right now. I could flatten it. I mean, it's very, very close. I'll just flatten the trade so I'm out. And again, this is all in the simulator. I know a long time ago, Real mentioned ATI as a potential short, looking pretty good now. So does that work, Aaron, in terms of refreshing the screen? Yeah, it should be fine. The developer, are you okay? Oh, it didn't work, really. Try Firefox then. I mean, the developer actually says that Chrome is the preferred browser, but this is a third party we're using. This is not something that we developed, the trading platform, the trading room platform. Yeah, maybe just try Firefox then. All right, guys. So MCFT. Wow, this has a lot of room underneath still. Wow. Really not that much action in the pre-market to know this was going to happen. MCFT. PCG, haven't seen that one for a while. Ugly. Now, what do you see? I see a horrible looking weekly chart, a horrible looking daily chart. You know, horrible in that topping tails, bottoming tails. I mean, this is just an awful looking daily chart. Um, yeah, I mean, I just look. I mean, something could happen with this one, but this is a sort of when I see a daily chart like this, I just kind of run from it. I just say, well, got to be something easier on the eyes. And it's, I mean, it's not trading that abnormally. I mean, it's a huge float, 1.5 billion in the float. So it's not trading really abnormally. You know, it's basically 1.1, so basically normal. So I'm not sure, you know, what you're seeing in this. Yeah, pretty bad news for AZN. I noticed this morning. Well, I shouldn't say, well, it's not down that much. I mean, it was down a lot more after hours yesterday. I guess one of their patients got pretty ill. This is a virus play, of course. So they got pretty ill, but I mean, it's to be expected. I mean, nothing's going to be 100%. And so it looked like a tremendous overreaction. And look at the recovery. Oh, I thought it was a virus on the AZN. Uh, yeah, I don't think it was. It says response to temporary pause of its trial. This is a virus play. I don't think it had anything to do with. Oh, I see. Okay, okay, okay. What's the significance? Okay, well, if you look at a daily chart, what was the one where just PCG? So remember what these means on a daily chart. So that meant that at one point the buyers had it up here and then the sellers knocked it down. Buyers had it up, sellers knocked it down. At one point down here on this candle, the sellers had knocked it down, I mean, it's all over the place, just choppy up and down. Really, you know, you can't really tell which direction it's going to take. You know, one day the buyers have got it, the next day the sellers have got it, you know, so, you know, I just don't like, I mean, and look at the weekly chart, the same thing. Now, on an intraday chart, if you start to see, for instance, let's just say a stock was really ripping higher, and maybe somebody can give me an example. I don't have an example right now in front of me. See if I can see something. Okay, well, let's pretend here. So we'll look at the BYSI. So you see that topping tail there. It's a green candle topping tail. At one point the price was up there, and the sellers, you know, drove it down here. What if the next candle had another one, another big topping tail, and then the sellers knocked it down again, and then another one? Eventually, when you see, say, a series of 2 or 3, 4 topping tails in a row, you know, the buyers have been trying desperately to get this higher, but the sellers keep knocking it down. Eventually, the buyers more than likely say, you know what, you can have this for a while, and they let the sellers take control. And so that's kind of what we're looking at when we see topping tails. And then the reverse is true. You see a bunch of bottoming tails where the sellers have been trying to knock it down, but the buyers close it higher. Eventually, the sellers give up and say, okay, you guys can have it for a while. Well, it can be indication eventually, you know, if on an intraday you see enough of them, you know, I mean, these are just very, very minor ones, okay? But, you know, I cut a little, so 3 topping tails, and now eventually the buyers have just given up, said, okay, you guys can have it for a while. So it can be an indication. When you see on a daily chart, though, you just see a bunch of, topping, then yes, it is directionless. If you have bottoming tails and topping tails. Does that make sense? Okay, so ATL. Now it's possible I have made a change. If you right click on the summary, let's see what I've changed. I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to follow this exactly, but if you right click on the summary, just do a comparison. Didn't think I changed it that much, to be honest, but I think I might have changed the count down to 45 instead of 60. I think that might be the only change. You don't have to change it. As I say, this is a template, all right? And you guys can massage it as you see fit. Also, if you just loaded it, you will not see all the original ones. You're only going to see the last ones. Boy, this X1 is still strong. Very strong. XONE. Very, very strong. Let's take a look at this on the monthly chart. Back it out a bit. So we have to go back 4 years before we see these highs. In fact, that's not even true. Yeah, we got to go back about 5 years before we see these highs. So I don't think there's a very much a resistance. Yeah, Jim, so there's no way to do exactly what you're talking about, okay? We just have the 5-minute chart, okay? There's no way to do exactly what you're talking about. I mean, if I only wanted to see the day, then I would have to zoom, I suppose, and then elongate the chart. But there's no selection 1 day 5-minute chart. So in order to zoom and do things like that, if you keep the control key pressed down on your keyboard, and then on the scroll wheel on your mouse, you just scroll in and out. Okay? And I'm talking to somebody in the YouTube feed. And that's for anybody else wanting to know how to zoom in on the chart. Just control key. Well, first of all, left click on the chart so Trader knows you're in this chart. And then control key, press down on the keyboard. And then with your mouse, scroll wheel on your mouse to scroll in and out. Did you do you have the 20 for 20 lessons in 20 days link, Jim? Okay, good. I think that's pretty good, really basic stuff. Yeah, you guys are talking about Avio. Look at Avio here. Had a great, nice day yesterday. Now popping through the 200-day moving average, or it popped through the 200-day moving average, 556. So it's well above it now. 6, you know, again, one of those psychological numbers to get through. Gets through that. Look left, 730 on that weekly chart or so. All right, let's take a little check to see what's happened in my watch list. I see that Coop actually had a nice move. 2060, it is at 20, got up to 21, I think, almost up to 21 for Coop. We talked about Coop a little while ago. Yeah, I'll have to say, I mean, the FMCI is spectacular. 2468. Got it almost to 27. RCM, modest. From 1628, a high of 1650. I lost sight of this one, unfortunately. RDHL, $9, 927 now. I think Kura did not. So I am sticking an alert for Kura at right at 2713. See if it takes it out later on. And Coop. So all in all, I mean, really some great alerts again from my watch list. So if you want to follow my watch list every day, click on New from the toolbar, New, Channel Bar, and Barry's watch list, okay? If you click on it now, you will not see the original alerts, the first alerts of the day. You might just see the last one. And this is organized in that you'll see here, you'll see Coop over and over again. If it keeps making new highs as an example, you'll only see it one time in this window. So the very first alert, the time, and then you can see, you go back and say, okay, what did it do since then? That's why I like to have it organized like that. Then I'd have to charge for it, Calvin. Nothing on the downside today. This is the watch list down. Well, Ron, you can if you on Monday mornings. Now, I haven't changed the symbol list name for 3 weeks. I'm pretty sure I'm going to change it on over the weekend. So what you can do is save the windows. Okay, so if you load channel bar, then save the 3 windows into the cloud. Then you can load your layout, and then you can load these 3 windows back, and then save your layout again. So you only have to do it once a week.